Hi everyone. So in this video I am going to attempt a GATE 2018 question paper. So here the target is not to solve the problem, but I will tell you what would be my approach in the examination, that if I see a particular question, then how I would be approaching in the examination, what I would be thinking about that. So even if you are someone from electrical or instrumentation or from some other branch as well, like mechanical CS, then also you can watch it. Because like here I'm gonna tell the approach, I'm not telling how to solve the problem, but here I'm telling the approach. And certainly I'm not gonna attempt the question paper being Himanshu Agarwal. I am gonna attempt the question paper considering this guy. And then again, the name of guy is, it could be anything. So he is someone who is confident in network, analog, digital signals and EMFT. He did not study communication at all, and he is decent enough in control, EDC and mathematics. And aptitude is something that he would already be knowing. Okay. So this is the scenario of the guy. Most confident subject, did not study communication at all, and rest all the subjects are decent enough. Right? So let's start attempting the question paper of GATE 2018. I will tell you what would be a perfect approach from my side. Your perfect approach could be something else, but how I would be thinking in the examination, that how would I attempt the question paper. So this is the GATE 2018 question paper. So first thing is that I never attempt aptitude first. This was my own strategy because I have attempted a lot of question paper. I have attempted a lot of mock test. There I go to know that if I am attempting aptitude later on, then I am performing better. So this was my way, that I did not use to attempt aptitude first. I would attempt aptitude later on, but technical part first. So let's go to the technical part first. So this is where I will start from, and this would be the order of the question. I am considering this is the order of the question. And nowadays the scenario is, 1 mark question and 2 mark question are random. Like any way 1 mark question can come, and any way 2 mark question can also come. But previously it was the scene that 1 mark question were lined, and then 2 mark questions would be coming. But here the first question would be of 2 marks, second would be 1 mark, third question 1 mark, fourth question 2 mark. So here you would not be knowing that which question is of which marks unless you see on the screen. On the screen it would be written that whether it is of 1 mark or 2 mark. So now let's just say this question came, and I am confident in analog electronics because this guy is confident in analog electronics. So considering that I am confident in analog electronics and I have studied in a good manner, then certainly I would have seen these kind of questions already, right? At VGS we are applying some VIN and we need to find the GM and R node. So these kind of question I would have seen already, although the question seems big, but still I am comfortable in this subject, then I would attempt this question. But if you are someone who is not comfortable in analog, the data is very big and you haven't studied most of it in a good manner, then you would be dropping it. Without even reading the question, you would drop it. Because you know that I am not comfortable in the subject, and secondly, the data are too much. So if you are not comfortable in the subject, you will be dropping it, and if you are comfortable, then you would be attempting it. Now the second question. Now, as of now, you would see that this question is very easy because you have already attempted it. These questions are already there in your notes, but I am considering that this is the question that I am seeing for the first time. Now, no matter how much confident you are, this is the question where you will lag. Like no matter how confident you are, even if you are the best in analog, still this is the question where you would need time. At least in the examination hall, with the pressure of examination, at least you would require 5 minutes to solve it. At least. Because here there are two causes. First it will get into breakdown, then this will be constant. And if it is constant, then this will charge linearly again. And then this will charge linearly, and then this will be having the constant voltage, and then it will go to -10. So this is something that is not going to click very easily in the examination hall. So this will take some time, but when I see the question, I will feel like that I can solve it because analog is something that is confident for me, right? So when I see the question, I will feel like that I can attempt it. So certainly I will go for it. In the examination hall, certainly I will go for it. Now, if I am able to solve this question in 5 to 6 minutes, then it is fine. But let's just say I attempted this question in 5 to 6 minutes, I am not able to get the final answer. But I still feel like that if I give 2 to 3 more minutes, then I might be able to get the answer. But again, here you need to stop. If you have given 5 to 6 minutes in a question, and no matter how much confident you are, no matter how much confidence you are having about that particular subject, and even if you feel like that I can get the answer in next 1 to 2 minutes, but if you have given 5 to 6 minutes, then you should not be giving more time. 5 to 6 minutes are given, then just stop it. No matter how much you have solved, just stop it there only and proceed to the next question. We will again come back to this one. But after some time. And believe me, when you come back to this question, then you will have a much clear idea than you were having before. Okay, much clear idea you would be having, and there is very high chance that within 2 to 3 minutes you will be getting the final answer as well. So this is a very important point. No matter how much confident I am, if I have spent 5 to 6 minutes and I am not able to get the final answer, then I will drop it and proceed to the next question. And then later on, I can come back to it. Then believe me, you will be able to solve it in a good manner. Okay. So this is what I will be doing. So let me raise it all. Yeah. So now let's go to the third question. I would see it, and this is a very straightforward problem. There is no doubt about that. Within 1 minute, I would be able to solve it. Then fourth one, although mathematics is not my like favorite subject, but you can take it from signal system as well, or you can take it from mathematics as well. This is a very straightforward problem, so I will be able to answer it very quickly. Answer would be C. So these kind of question I would be attempting very easily and very fastly as well. Although control is not my favorite, but Nyquist plot, Nyquist stability criteria, that is one of the most important topic of control system. I would not say one of the most important topic. I would say it is the most important topic of control system, because one question from Nyquist stability criteria is certain in your examination. So certainly I would have studied it in a good manner. If I am a good student, then certainly I can attempt it at that time only, no matter even if it is my favorite subject or not. So this question I can attempt. Then this is also a very straightforward question from RS criteria. So this also I can attempt very easily. Right. Now this is like statement wise question. Nowadays from EDC, statement wise questions are asked in MSQ, and those are not that straightforward, although this is very easy. This is the initial concept of a PN junction, where we study about diffusion current and drift current. So this is very easy, but nowadays the questions are a bit complex. So you can either attempt it later on, or you can attempt it at that time as well. But there is, believe me guys, there is very, like, you need to have a very good theoretical knowledge to get those questions correct. You can see previous year question from 2022 as well, 2023 as well, in 2024 as well. There has been a very good question in MSQ from EDC, that too theoretical questions. Okay, so you need to have a very good knowledge to get those questions correct. Let's go to the next one. Now this is from digital electronics, very straightforward. I would be attempting it. This is also very straightforward. I would be attempting it very easily. Now Smith chart, like a lot of guys skip it, but what I have written, EMFD is one of his favorite subject. Then he would be able to solve it within 10 seconds. But if someone has dropped Smith chart, then what he can do? He cannot do anything. He has to drop this question. There is no other chance, right? So Smith chart is usually ignored by the students, but you can watch the video that is of 4 hours. Okay, let's not talk about the videos. But if you want to improve your Smith chart, there is a video of 4 hours from my side in our channel only. You can watch that. There every concept has been taught related to Smith chart. So if someone has studied it, he would be able to attempt it. If someone haven't studied it, then he need to drop it. Now mathematics is not one of my favorite subjects, but I guess this is something that is not that tough. Although this is a statement wise question and there is very high chance that you would be able to get it wrong, but this is MCQ and 4 options are there, then you can attempt it. Like you can give at least 1 to 2 minutes in attempting this question, and then you would be able to solve. Again, 12th question mathematics, very straightforward. Now this question I did not see. Okay, discrete time all pass system has 2 poles. Which of the following statement are correct? It has 2 more poles, stable at impulse response. So this is I guess something from digital filters. Although this is not in the syllabus currently, but it was previously there. So like if someone has studied digital filter, then he would be attempting it at that time only. Otherwise he can drop it. If he haven't studied that particular topic, then he can drop it. Now this question. So now this question is like something that is not that straightforward. It would take a bit of time. I would say it would take 2 to 3 minutes if you want to get it correctly in the examination hall. Now right now you can see that, sir, this is very straightforward. This is in my class notes only. I will be able to solve it very quickly. But in the examination hall, this can take 2 to 3 minutes. But still, you are comfortable in the subject. You should be attempting this question at that time only. Okay. Now in this question, what they are asking? They are asking the ratio of the power of the message signal to the power of the carrier signal, and this is amplitude modulated signal is given. Now you do not know what do you mean by amplitude modulated signal. You do not know what they are asking here. You certainly know that this question is from communication system, but they are asking the ratio of the power of message signal to the carrier signal. Now which one is the message signal, which one is the carrier signal, you don't have any idea. So here, like you need to drop it. But if you have studied in your college curriculum as well, then you would be knowing that which is the message signal and which are the carrier signal. This is the message signal, these are the carrier signals. Even if you have studied in your semester exam, then also you would be able to understand it. But if you haven't studied communication system at all, then you need to drop it. Otherwise, semester examination knowledge is also helpful here, because you know how to get the power. That you already know, that you have studied in signal system. Here you just need to know that which is message signal and which is the carrier signal. If you know that thing, then you would be able to solve it very quickly. So that's the thing. Okay. Now binary code Hamming code, this is something that is also you study in communication system only. So Hamming code you have no idea at all, then you need to drop it. Now, although this is very straightforward, but again you need to study it in communication system and you would be having no idea of that, then you need to drop it. Okay, this is only for those guys who did not study communication system. Now, if you have studied communication system, then all these questions are straightforward. Like I guess Hamming code would not be that straightforward, but if you have studied it, then you would be able to solve. Like I have studied Hamming code way back. So as of now, I don't think I will be able to solve this question because these are the things which you forget. Hamming code I studied during my preparation only. So as of now, I have forgot the concept related to it. So as of now, if I feel like that, will I be able to attempt this question? So I don't think I would be able to attempt it. But you are aspirant, you study the topic again and again, again and again. So you should be able to attempt it because Hamming code is something that you usually forget. Hamming code, CRC code. So these are the concepts which we usually forget. So if we need to remember these concepts, then we need to study it again and again. So these kind of things should be there in your short notes. So if you know Hamming code, then you attempt it. Otherwise, you proceed to the next one. Now this is very straightforward. These kind of questions, like n number of questions you would have already solved. So these you can attempt if you are comfortable with communication system. Now EDC is not my one of the favorite subject because as per this guy, EDC is not his one of the favorite subject. He is decent in the subject, but again this is easy. This 18th question, again this is easy, he can attempt it. Now let's move a bit faster. So now this question, digital electronics is his favorite subject, but this question is not that easy. In the examination hall, it would be very tough. Now the solution of this question I have already given in 1 hour in our YouTube channel only. Actually, this question is not based on FSM. This question is based on sequence generation. So solution I have given, but actually this is not that straightforward. And in the examination hall, you would not be able to think very fastly. So just as you read the question, you would understand that this is something that will take time. So I will drop it. No matter even if I am comfortable with digital electronics, still I will drop it. Okay, let me pause the video once. Yeah, so what I was saying, that even if I am comfortable with this particular subject, but still I will drop it because I know that reading the question I will get to know that this will take me a bit more time. So I can drop it and later on I can come to this question. Okay. Now again, this is very straightforward. Like photolithography systems are given, you need to compare the wavelengths and what they are asking. Wavelength is given, both photolithography system are okay. As of now, this is not in our syllabus. Photolithography was there previously in the syllabus, but as of now, this is not in our syllabus. But if it was in the syllabus, then this question would have been very easy. This is just formula based. So you could have attempted it at that time if it was in the syllabus. So this was also formula based question only. Photolithography is not currently in our syllabus. Even if your subject is not that good, then still you would be able to attempt it very quickly. Now talking about this one, very straightforward. Attenuation constant. What they have given, alpha you need to find, R into Z naught, very straightforward. Just you need to multiply both of them. So you would be able to attempt very easily. Again, this is very easy, very easy. Mathematics, very easy. Now this is from, you can either take it from mathematics or you can take it from communication system, but mostly it is inclined towards communication system because these things you study in much more detail in communication system. So if you are able to solve with the concept of mathematics, then it is good. Otherwise, you can drop this question because you haven't studied communication system, right? Taylor series expansion, they are asking the coefficient A2. Again, very straightforward. It will not take that much of time. So certainly you can attempt this at that time only. Very straightforward, attempt it. Right? ABCD parameter B, they are asking, very easy. At that time only you can attempt it, even if it is not your favorite subject. Now coming to the 2 mark question. Now analog, considering it is my favorite subject, although Zener diode is confusing topic for a lot of students, but considering this is my favorite subject and I know the concept behind it, I know how to solve the problems of Zener diode because there is only one line in the problems of Zener diode. If you remember that one line, then you will be able to solve all the questions of Zener diode. So that line you can check out in our YouTube videos only. I have made the video on Zener diode. You can go and check out there. So if you are comfortable with that, then certainly just look at the question and attempt it, right? Now this question I would be able to understand that this is something from communication system. But if I read this question, I know that there is a CT signal. Although this is a carrier signal, this is a message signal. I don't know which is a carrier signal. What do you mean by message signal? Because I haven't studied communication system. But what I see is that both are added and then they are applied to a system where the output is this is a linear amplifier with the gain A, and this is a non-linear amplifier, or you can say square law device with the gain B. So CT plus MT, and then it is fed to amplifier, which will give you these kind of characteristics. Till this point, I am very comfortable. Where I will be like, and then it is passed through a band pass filter as well with the center frequency FC and bandwidth 3 FM. Since I have studied communication, since I have studied signal system, then till this point I am completely comfortable. that what the question is saying and what I need to do. But the problem comes here that sideband power of AM wave should be half of the carrier power. So here is the issue, that what do you mean by sideband power and what do I mean by carrier power. So even if you know the basic of what do you mean by carrier power and what do you mean by sideband power, then you would be able to solve it just by the concept of signal systems. So that's what I say, even if you haven't studied a subject and if the questions are related to the previous subject, then still you can try attempting the question. This is the point. The point here is, if it is connected to the previous subject, then still you can try attempting it. But again, here you don't know what do you mean by the sideband power, what do you mean by the carrier power. So here you would be again stopping it, that I don't know what do you mean by that. But again, if you have studied in your college curriculum, then again you would be able to attempt it. So that's up to you, that how you would be proceeding with these kind of analysis. Now this is completely based on random process, so you wouldn't be knowing it and you would not be attempting it since you haven't studied communication system. But if you have studied it, this is also very straightforward. This is very easy, right? Now transfer function you need to find with these state equations and state matrix. Very easy, you would be able to attempt it, right? Now this is the question based on our EDC only. So like there is a high chance that in these kind of questions, if you don't study the problem in a good manner, like if you study the problem very quickly, then you might end up messing it up. But here you need to spend some time. Like statement wise question, always you need to spend some time. Don't be in a hurry in statement wise problems, because most probably statement wise problems will come in MSQ. So there you need to have some patience and read the statement and then try solving it. So even if a statement wise problems is taking 3 to 4 minutes, then also it is fine. Again, from digital electronics, very straightforward, very easily I will attempt it. Now a lot of guys skip that part, memory part. A lot of guys skip, like semiconductor memory part. A lot of guys would be skipping it, and this is from that particular topic only. Although if you have studied PLA devices, then also you will be able to attempt it. But even if you have dropped the PLA, you have dropped the semiconductor memories, then no matter, even if digital electronics is your favorite subject, still you would not be able to attempt it. So there you need to drop it. But if you have studied them, then it would be easy for you, right? Skin depth attenuation is given, very straightforward. You should be attempting it very easily, right? Curve equation, what will be the equation of curve? Mathematics, very easily you will attempt it at that time only. Network analysis, very straightforward, very easy. You will attempt it at that time only. Again, network analysis, very easy, very straightforward. At that time only you would attempt it. Now this question, as of now you know what you need to do. You need to do the small signal analysis of diode. So I know the small signal analysis of diode, that diode will be replaced with its dynamic resistance. But here there is a new term which is junction cap. As of now you know it, that I need to connect junction cap in the parallel. But believe me, if you are writing this question, if you are writing this question paper in 2018, this wouldn't be there in your notes. This is there in your notes because you are watching this video in 2025. But in 2018, this wouldn't be there in anyone's note, that junction cap is there. Then you need to connect the junction cap in parallel to the small signal resistance, that is RD. So I can guarantee it, in no one's notes it would be there. So now if this question is coming in your examination, then you would be able to attempt it. But if something is coming in your examination, like in this question I know every single thing about this particular question, just one thing I don't know. I also know what is a junction cap because I have studied it in EDC, but I don't know where to connect it. But if there is a lossy cap, I know that the lossy cap always comes in parallel to a lossy resistance. So I can take a chance, but this chance I will not be taking at that time only. I will see this question. I know that I know every single thing about it. I also know that what is a junction cap, but I don't know how to deal junction cap and dynamic resistance at a single time, because I am writing this in 2018. So at that time I don't know about that. So in the examination, similar kind of concept can come up, that you know everything about the question, but how to merge both of the concept, that you don't know. So at that time you would be dropping it, but later on you can come back to it. Why you can come back to it? Because you can take a chance, and the chance would be, like if I had been the student, certainly the chance would be I would connect the junction cap in the parallel and then I will solve it, right? And I have made a video as well, that how did I attempt the instrumentation question paper. I am a EC student who did not study instrumentation at all, and I scored 79 marks in instrumentation. So there also I have made the video of 30 minutes where I am telling how did I approach the questions in the examination. So those subjects which I am not, which I haven't studied at all, still I was able to solve the problems from those subjects as well. And how did I approach that? That also I have told in a 30-minute video in the same manner that I took the question paper and there I have given the solution as well, that how I was approaching in the examination. So certainly you can watch that video as well. It would be there in our channel only. Last year I made that video. So last year I made that video. You can go there and you can type instrumentation question paper, PrepFusion, how to attempt being EC aspirant, something like that you can type and you will be able to get the video. Okay, or you can ask in the comment section as well. I will give the link. Okay. Yeah, so here I would take a chance, but currently I will not take a chance. In first manner, I will not take a chance. I will mark it for the review and then I will come back to this question later on. Okay. Op-amp based question, virtual short will not be valid. Very straightforward. Now Hilbert transform allows some guys study it in communication system and some guys study it in signal systems only. So if you have studied signal system, then I guess you would be comfortable with the Hilbert transform. Then you would be able to solve it. Otherwise, you can drop it and proceed to the next one. This is completely based on your communication system. Then you need to drop it because you haven't studied communication system, right? Control, very straightforward. You can do it at that time only. Basic question, right? Now control system I wrote not much comfortable. I am not very confident in control system, right? This is the consideration that I am not very comfortable in control system. And you can see here there are a lot of data like phase plot is there, gain plot is there. Certainly it has something to do with gain margin and phase margin, but I am not that comfortable with control system. And this is the question, if I am seeing it for the first time, then it would take me time. Just by looking at the question, I know that it would take me time if I attempt it. So again, I can drop it and mark for review and later on I can come back to it. I will come back to it later on because I know that it would take me some time, because just by looking at the question, just by reading the data, I would know that it would take me some time. So I can drop that particular question at that instant of time, but later on I can come back if time permits, right? Now this is the question from analog, okay? Or you can take it from EDC as well. Mostly what happens is that in these kind of questions, like this is the question of MOS only, and you are supposed to do the DC analysis. And in the DC analysis of MOSFET, most of the times calculation is a bit complex. I'm not saying all the time, most of the time. Most of the times in the questions of MOSFET, DC analysis, I'm not talking about AC analysis. AC analysis calculation are very easy. But in MOSFET, DC analysis calculation are a bit complex. And if I have studied analog in a good manner, I would be knowing this thing. It might happen that this question is having very easy calculation. As far as I remember, this question is having very easy calculation only. But the general trend says that the calculation might be a bit complex. So I don't want to go into complexity. So without even reading this question, I will drop it. For now, I will drop it. But I will remember in the back of the mind that the very first thing I need to do after completing my question paper is that I need to go to the 43rd question. I will not come back to 42nd question. I will not come back to any other question that I dropped here. First thing I will come back to it, that would be 43rd, because I have dropped this question just for the calculation purpose. I know every single thing about it. Just for the calculation purpose, I am dropping it. So after completing the question paper, this is the first thing that I will do. I will come back here at the 43rd question. And what is the reason behind that? Because this is just my assumption without even going into the calculation part. This is just my assumption that it might happen that it will take a lot of time. Because first I will consider both of the MOSFET in saturation. Then if both of the MOSFET are not in saturation, then I need to do the calculation again, and it would take me some time then. So here first consideration you need to do, then you need to verify if your consideration is correct or not, and if the consideration is not correct, then you need to solve the problem. So I know it may take time. I'm not sure if it will take time or not. So just by looking at the question, I know that this is something that may take time. Drop it and proceed to the next one. And these things will come to you if you have enough practice. Now people say that, sir, we did minor mistake, the exam mein ye ho gaya, wo ho gaya, this thing happened in the examination, that thing happened in the examination. All these things happened with you in the examination because you did not have enough practice. Your concepts were not that clear. You say that this is a minor mistake. There is nothing called minor mistake. Your concepts are not clear. And that is labeled as minor mistake. So if you are doing a minor mistake, just accept it that my concepts were not 100% clear. Even if your concepts are 99.95% clear, then believe me, IIT's professor are that smart that they will get your answer wrong. They will frame something from 0.05%. That's why I always say to the students, if you study anything, then study it completely. Either just drop it. either study it completely or just drop completely. This is what I always say to the students. Okay, so don't feel like that there would be minor mistake or anything like that. If you have enough practice, then you would be knowing that how to attempt the question paper in the examination. Okay, so it all depends on your practice. Now this is the question on solar cell. Again, very easy, but solar cell is something that is not taught, like special purpose diode is not taught with that much of concentration. Within 2 hours we complete the complete special purpose diode, right? Special purpose diode is not taught with that much of concentration. Within 2 hours we complete it. So if you are comfortable, then you can attempt it. But for this guy, I have written that he is not that comfortable with EDC. And again, this question is from that topic which is less discussed. Although it is very easy. If he feels like that he can attempt it, then he can attempt it. Although this question is very easy, but like according to this guy, he is not that comfortable with that particular topic. So he would drop it and proceed to the next one. Okay. Now again, EDC, if he feels like that he can attempt it, then he can attempt it. Otherwise, he is not that comfortable, so he can drop it if he feels like that, because there are decent data. But this is also formula based question only. Just built-in potential you need to find, completely formula based question. If you apply the formula, he will be able to get the answer. Now next question based on digital electronics. Now no matter how much comfortable you are, this will take a bit of time in the examination, because here the thing is they have introduced some probability. They have given, okay, high clock is 0.3, low is 0. They have given that, and they have given delta t by t clock timing as well, that is 0.15. So here first you need to consider the probability to be 100%, then you need to solve the problem, and then you need to consider the probability to 0.3. So you need to multiply 0.3 to the final answer. Now all these have come after studying everything about this question. So again, looking at the question, I know that it will take me some time. Like looking at these kind of problems, you can understand that certainly it will take me some time. Even if I am comfortable with the subject, but still it will take me some time, I will drop it. At that time only, just by looking at the problem, I will drop it, and I will again come back to this one. And here I did not even read this topic. Here I did not even read this particular question. I did not even read this particular question. So when I am done with the complete question paper, then this would be at my second priority, that I would be solving this question, because digital is one of the favorite subject. Along with that, I did not even read this question. Just by looking at the data, I dropped it. So this would be at the second priority. First priority would be the calculation one, this one, because I dropped this one just considering that calculation could be complex. So first priority would be this question, and then the second priority would be this question, and rest all would be at third, fourth. You can consider at your own. Okay. Now this is very easy, and a number of input combination you need to find. Here, like it might happen that you need to use the concept of PNC as well. I did not read this question completely, but it might happen you need to use the concept of PNC. But because here first you need to find the final expression, and then you might need to use the concept of PNC here. But it will take some time. These kind of questions take some time. Okay, this would take 3 to 4 minutes. At least 3 to 4 minutes it would take, but you will be able to solve it. You will be able to solve it. That's for sure. Again, this is very easy question from EMFT. This is also very straightforward from EMFT. You need to find the dielectric constant of the second medium. Mathematics, although not one of the favorite subject, but still it is very, very straightforward. Like even 12th standard I can solve this question. So again, very straightforward. From complex variable, again, not mathematics being not one of the favorite subject, but still you can solve it. Okay, still very easily you can solve it. Now x and y are independent at this side, not rate del r by del x value. So this also, like if you are comfortable with mathematics, then this would be very easy. But if you are not comfortable, then you can consider whether you need to attempt it at that time only, or you can save it for the later on. Because that is also very easy. Del r by del x only you need to find, right? But this is the partial differentiation, so you need to take care of the variables. So that is the thing you need to do. Basically here x, here del r by del x you need to find, but y and z are also a function of x. That consideration you need to take. Okay, so it depends on you that how you would be solving it. Now this question, what they are asking, R1, R2, R3, the network connected to 11 volt source. Okay, then you need to find the current. So it might seem a bit difficult to some student, but if you know the concept of symmetry, or here I don't think we can apply the concept of symmetry, because I'm just reading it and then solving it. Or what you can do here is that yeah, here you can apply the concept of equipotential. So if you are comfortable with the concept of equipotential and you have written network analysis as your favorite subject, then you would be comfortable with that. Then you would be able to solve it very quickly. Otherwise, it would take some time. So it depends on you. If you are comfortable at that time only, you solve it. Otherwise, you can proceed to the next one, right? Now, this question, it feels like that it is from communication system. But just read the statement. Here you can solve this question with the concept of signal system as well. Every single thing you know about it. Just read the question. Band limited, a signal is band limited to 5 kilohertz. You can draw the diagram, right? Then sampling rate is fs. Then you can draw the diagram of a sampled signal as well. Now it is reconstructed using the band pass filter that is given, whose response is also given. So you need to get back the same signal. Can you solve it using the concept of signal system? There would be no concept that will be used for communication system. Although these kind of questions are studied in communication system as well, these kind of questions are studied in signal system as well. So with the concept of signal system also, you would be able to solve 54th as well and 55th as well. Because 55th is that particular topic from where every year the question is coming. DFT and Nyquist, those two are certain. From control system, from Nyquist one question would be there. From signal system, from DFT one question would be there. So this is something that I would have already studied and I would be knowing all the concept regarding DFT. So I would also be solving it very quickly. So if we drop the subject, like let's just say communication, we did not study. So those questions we are not going to attempt it. So mark for review questions would be not more than 10. Okay, not more than 10 if I have studied in a good manner. If I am targeting a rank around under 500, then I don't think marked for review question would be more than 10 to 15. 15 also you can take. And then you would have enough time, you would be able to solve it. After all this, like attempting this all this question paper, I don't think it would take more than 2 hours. Till the end of the question paper, I don't think it should take more than 2 hours. In 2 hours, you would be seeing all the question at least in one go. There would be mark for review questions as well, that you can see later on. But now you are having a window of 1 hour at least. So what you will do, you need to go to the aptitude part as well. Don't forget the aptitude part. So now you are having a window of 1 hour. You can give maximum 30 minutes to the aptitude. In 30 minutes, you should be able to solve the aptitude. Although this aptitude was a bit typical. It feels like that these are very easy questions, but even rank 1 guy scored 9 marks out of 15 in this aptitude question paper. Okay, this is a bit typical. Like here you can do the error. The questions are not tough, but you can end up doing some error in the examination hall. So these kind of questions were there. Although till 6th question it was easy, this was also easy, but like here I guess this was a bit typical. Here like it would take a lot of time. If you solve it in a hurry, then you would be able to get this question wrong, as far as I remember. This was a very good question. This was based on probability only, but this was a very good question. You can see the solution as well of this question in our GATE 2018 solution videos. So this was a very good question. So like these kind of question would take you time in the examination hall. 9th question was very good, and these kind of question also take some time. So I guess 30 minutes would be more than enough for aptitude. 30 minutes, you should not take more than 30 minutes. Even if you are attempting it initially, or even if you are attempting it in the last as well, you should not be taking more than 30 minutes in the aptitude question paper. So this is how I would be attempting the question paper in the examination. Again, I am telling you one thing, that this is just a way of dealing. Now your way of dealing could be completely different. Your way of dealing the question paper could be completely different. You would have made your own strategy writing down the mock test. When you write down the mock test, when you write down 6 to 7 mock tests, you would know that how to attempt the question paper in the examination. There would be some mock tests which are pretty easy. There would be some mock tests which are pretty tough. There would be some mock tests which are of moderate level. So looking at the question paper, you would understand whether it is easy, moderate or tough. And based on that, you can make your own strategy there in the examination hall. Because in the examination hall, that condition is only going to occur which has already occurred in your test series. If you have written down enough test series, then you would be having your own strategy that which question needs to be dropped, which question should be solved. Just a few important topics, a few important points I told here is that even if you are comfortable with a particular topic, even if you are comfortable with a particular subject, you have given 5 to 6 minutes in that particular question, but still if you are not able to solve and you feel like that within 1 to 2 minutes I will be able to get the answer, so still you need to hold back, and you need to say to yourself, okay, I will come back to this question, but as of now let's drop it and proceed to the next one, because I don't want you to waste more than 8 to 10 minutes in one single question. Okay, that would hamper your complete examination. So don't be overconfident in a subject. Having confidence is good, but don't take it on ego that I need to solve it only. Okay, because this is the examination of 100 marks. This is the examination of 10 to 11 subject, not of one subject, two subject, or three subject, right? So yeah, that's it about this video. So in that manner you can proceed in the examination. I hope this was helpful for you. Okay, and you can also watch another video which was where I told you how did I attempt instrumentation question paper being an EC student. Okay, thank you very much.